Alright, hello, and welcome to the Shark Stream. It's me! I feel as though I don't need any introduction. No, hello, my name is Gage, aka Acid Shark. I will be your humble host for the evening. The most humble, one could say. The humblest there ever was. There ain't been nobody as humble as me. Ever, in the history of forever. Not even the gods. Anyway. Welcome to the Shark Stream. It is Silent Hill F Friday. And we're gonna be we're finally continuing our third New Game Plus. My blinking is a little fucked up, it looks like. Sorry, didn't sleep very well. Also, fucked up my back this morning, as one does. What's been going on? We got a follow during the pre-show. Hello, Mitchell300. Welcome to the Shark Stream. Thank you for the follow. I don't dare ask what happened to Mitchell's 1 through 299, but, you know, that's your business, and I'm not here to pry. What's been going on? So yesterday, obviously, the Game Awards happened. I don't give a fuck about Jeff Keighley, generally speaking. That being said, there are a few announcements that I was particularly interested in, and I went ahead and checked out some of the trailers after the event ended. Primarily, the first trailers that I went for were the trailers to the new Tomb Raider games. Now, I was talking about this yesterday on stream when I was talking about how I finished watching the second season of Tomb Raider, The Legend of Lara Croft. I was talking about how much, like, you know, it was a little bit of a bummer that, like, you know, we're probably not gonna get, like, because the Survivor trilogy, as much as I enjoy it, it's not perfect, and it is rightfully criticized for many reasons. Excuse me. Chief amongst which is the almost voyeuristic pleasure it takes in just hitting you with the most gruesome death cutscenes I think I've ever seen. Now, Tomb Raider as a series is not immune and is not a stranger to death cutscenes, but, like, listen, you can find compilations of Lara Croft failing QuickTime events from Tomb Raider Legend and Tomb Raider Anniversary all over YouTube. Because of the fact that those games aren't, like, rendered realistically, there's almost a comical aspect to some of them. Like you're playing with an action figure, you know? As opposed to just, like, making you uncomfortable. Like, I will forever remember playing Shadow of the Tomb Raider and being in, like, this one area where, like, if you fell into the pit below, Lara Croft gets fucking maimed by maned wolves, and they make you sit there and watch like a 30 to 45 second cutscene of these things just, like, encircling Lara and then pouncing on her. And it's just like, bro, what are we doing here, actually? And then, of course, there was the whole thing just like, you'll want to protect Lara. And it's just like, bro, I want to protect, like, my progression in the game. I want to protect the fucking flow I hit. Like, I don't know. It's such a weird thing. My wife, Natalie, would have a little bit more of an opinion on all this, because Natalie was a fan of the classic Tomb Raider games, which I also have, and I do want to play someday. But just, like, about, like, Lara Croft being, like, this globe-trotting badass of a character. And then just, like, you know, the Survivor trilogy, it kind of is supposed to show her in, like, the beginning of her career. So she's a little bit less confident. She's a little bit less skilled. A little bit less Lara, let's say. All the same, I do like the Survivor trilogy. I like Jonah. Jonah's a fun character, and I'm glad that he is one of the characters that really stuck around for, like, this whole, like, canon. Like, not just, like, 2013 Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, but also he plays a major part in both seasons of the animated series. And it's just nice. And then the animated series, of course, it brings back Sam from the first game, from the 2013 game, in Season 2, and it's really nice, and just the animated series is kind of like the peak of what Lara should be, but within the context of the Survivor timeline. And I remember finishing Season 2 and being like, well, I'm glad that we got there. It's a shame that we're not gonna get, like, you know, a game with this particular version of Lara Croft. And then the Game Awards comes around and they announce 2 of them coming out in the next 2 fucking years. Like, what the hell? Hold on, okay? You need to give me a fucking second. You can't just drop that shit on me, okay? So first and foremost, the big one that they announced is Tomb Raider Catalyst. This was announced with, like, a fancy CG trailer, and I think part of the reason that they put the game that's further from coming out first is because of how that trailer starts with what I can only assume is maybe the main villain of the game, talking about how Lara survived the Devil's Triangle and the dangers of Atlantis or whatever, which immediately tells you 2 things. The first thing that tells you is that this is squarely within the Survivor timeline, because the Devil's Triangle is where the first game took place. And then almost immediately afterwards, it's just like, wait, hold on, Atlantis? Lara hasn't been to Atlantis in this timeline yet. Not even in the animated series. So what the fuck do they mean by that? And then, of course, that's when, after they hit you with Tomb Raider Catalyst, they hit you with the second Tomb Raider game, the one that's coming out next year, which seems to be essentially a story remake of the first Tomb Raider game set within the Survivor trilogy, which is cool. I have been waiting to take on Jacqueline Notla for kind of a while. Hello, Zilla, welcome. So that's exciting, and I'm most excited to play through the events of Tomb Raider 1 within the Survivor timeline, because holy fucking shit, realistically rendered Atlantean meat monsters. I cannot wait. I hope they don't puss out. Because I gotta tell you, I was getting a little disappointed by some of, like, the more mystical elements of the Survivor trilogy. Like, there were mystical elements, don't get me wrong, but, like, a lot of times it just sort of amounted to, you have to fight a guy who's really big. You know? And that's no fun. I want to fight an Atlantean meat centaur. That's all I'm saying. I want to fight a half-formed giant meat baby. These are all things that happen in Tomb Raider 1, by the way. I don't know if you know this. But the Lara that we see in Catalyst, in the Tomb Raider 1 remake, is a very strange note to drop in on. Hello, Lazalila, welcome. She's far more confident, she's doing acrobatics, she's doing the fun little, like, handstand flip-over, climb-up animation that she does from some of the classic games to get up onto a ledge, and she's using dual pistols! Oh man, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. They fucking had her using dual pistols in the final cutscene for Tomb Raider 2013, and then never fucking did anything with that. Never went back to it. They were just like, no, we have to go all in on the bow and arrow, because I don't know. There was a hot minute where, like, media in general was obsessed with bows and arrows. Like, I'm just saying, Hunger Games came out, and suddenly Everyone wants to do fucking bows and arrows. And I mean, don't get me wrong, bows and arrows are cool. I like bows and arrows. Bows and arrows. Bows. Do I have anything in here? No. Hold on. The disc isn't in the console. I need to get it real quick. But Lara Croft. Always been about the dual pistol. The dual pisties. God, that recent like 2010s Tomb Raider movie was so bad. And they do the exact same thing, teasing Lara with the dual pistols right at the end. And then, of course, they can't follow up on it because that movie never got a fucking sequel. Did you know Walton Goggins is in that movie? He's the bad guy. Oh man, she did look a bit more young too. I definitely see the Katniss vibes. Yeah, and I mean, with the Survivor trilogy, she's supposed to be younger. But, like, if you want, like, I want to stream the Survivor trilogy at some point. I do. Let's take a hot minute to load up. There we go. I want to stream the Tomb Raider Survivor trilogy at some point. I do. Like I said, in spite of their flaws, I like those games a lot. I find them very fun to play. I like exploring. I like the puzzles, and especially like the sort of like platforming puzzles, and just most things about those games I enjoy. There's elements of like the gameplay and the way that certain aspects of it are presented and the stories that I'm not quite as crazy about. But Tomb Raider Legend of Lara Croft is probably the ideal of like that version of Lara Croft within like just kind of like it's nice. And season 2 was good. It was so weird. Season 2 ended on a cliffhanger, introducing characters just like, you need someone who knows how to handle Lady Croft. And it's just like, I know for a fact this shit ain't getting a third season. You can't pull the wool over my eyes. Technically speaking, it didn't get a second season. I know how Netflix operates. I know that they fucking have their fucking animation teams making one season of a show and then they split it into two. Oh, fuck. I just knocked over my energy drink. Shit, I'm already dealing with ants. I can't be having this. Ugh. Damn it. Okay, 1 second. Man. Didn't get on anything important, but now I'm gonna have to fucking deal with this shit. Yeah, just hit those string instruments for a while and get to... Oh no, I'm dripping all over everything now. Shit. This is the worst. Sorry, everybody. You're gonna need to give me a sec. Stream's on a brief hold while I deal with the conses of my quences. Damn it. I'm sorry, that really sucks. It does. Like I said, I'm already like having to deal with ants right now, because I'm having trouble figuring out where the fuck they're coming in from. But like this is just gonna make it worse. You're drawing stuff for the timing. This isn't that kind of stream. Not yet. I need a pretty big donation for this to become that kind of stream. Anyway. I need to get more napkins or something. God damn it. Right. Can y'all hang out here for just a second? I will just be right back. So I can deal with this shit. One moment. Wait, why am I turning my VTuber up? I can just go to BRB. 1 second. We're not BRB because ants. We're BRB because I spilled my fucking Monster Energy drink. And I'm concerned about doing so because I'm already having issues with ants. I don't need that fucking ant energy in my life. Okay, we gotta get started. I've been sitting here talking about Tomb Raider. I'm excited for the new games. That's kind of what it comes down to. Oh god, we did stop at the middle school, didn't we? You should get a pet anteater. Where are we? On the Shark Street. Also, hello, Kale. Welcome. It's been years. 2 weeks. No, years. It might as well be. Internet toying. Okay, so I believe we have not really done a whole lot yet. Hold on, do we have the key to the second floor? We've been to the second floor. We have been to the second floor. Okay, what's usually next? So anyways, the Tomb Raider games were the first trailers I watched, which you may not expect of me. You may be sitting there thinking, Gage, what? Out of all of the games that were announced at the Game Awards, the first trailers you watched was for Tomb Raiders? Gage, you left the stream in the middle of Thursday to watch Control. No, I didn't. I heard about that while I was helping Natalie. I didn't actually watch the trailer. I didn't watch the trailer until today.
What's that?
Oh, okay, my irony point is wrong. Continue. I will. Cake. Found you, you stupid fruit. Anyway. Okay, this is the one that always kind of fucks me up a little bit. Nailed it. Oh. Right, dead bird.
So this is where you are. I wondered where you had gone.
Junko. Where?
Did you have fun playing with your friends? You need to start getting ready. It's time to say your goodbyes.
Junko.
Day of the wedding.
You're going to kill them with your own hands. You can do it. Isn't that why you're here?
What are you?
She has the bird mask in her silhouette. Yep. So, Hinako went to meet up with her old friends, and Junko's just like, "Did you have a good time? Because you can't be doing that shit anymore. You gotta cut off all of your friends. You have to kill them with your own hands." It's just like it's being a little dramatic, perhaps, but it's
Already made it
metaphorical.
this far.
Did you have a good time? Don't do that anymore. Stop having a good time immediately. How dare you, quite frankly. So I think it's control resonant, isn't it? Alright. They start doing this to me. You're gonna wake up. Very funny that they put red capsules underneath the scarecrow that attacks you. It is very funny. Admittedly. Top tier humor. But Control Resonant looks very good. Interesting that our perspective is now Dylan Faden. And in looking at the gameplay in the trailer, I am hoping that it is a little less Dark Souls and a little bit more like maybe Darksiders 3 or Bayonetta. Origami Agreement says, TT is the most disgusting person I've ever met. I wish someone would destroy her locker. Control lockers 377. Dylan may cry. Yeah, exactly. Devil May Control. I do genuinely hope it's a bit more DMC than it is Dark Souls. I'm sure Remedy would kill it either way, but I have my preferences for gameplay styles. What else? Resident Evil Requiem, still looking sick as fuck. Still can't wait for that. Very funny thing happened today, actually. So, one of the things that they announced was the next elusive target for Hitman, right? Elusive targets are essentially Hitman levels where you have one chance to complete it. And recently they've been doing this thing where the targets in those levels have been played by celebrities. Like, one of the ones that I know I've seen because I've watched I think both Regulation podcast as well as Astro Goblin play this one, but it was an elusive target mission where the target was Jean-Claude Van Damme. Uh, and the entire bit was that within the context of the story, the character being played by Jean-Claude Van Damme cloned himself, and you had to kill all of the clones. Um, the new Hitman level is called Patient Zero Requiem, which I just earned some reward points. Killing JCVD's clones is really good. Yeah. So it's called Patient Zero Requiem. Now, that might already kind of send up some flags with regards like, oh, this sounds like it might be a Resident Evil reference. Because, Resident Evil is called Biohazard. It's all about viruses and stuff like that. Patient Zero. The new Resident Evil game is called Requiem. Patient Zero Requiem. And if that wasn't enough, the target in the mission is played by Mila Jovovich, aka the main character of the Alice films for Resident Evil. So that's really funny. But it doesn't stop there. Okay, so I want to talk about this because it was it was a very funny thing that happened. First off, I want to start by giving a shout out to Jay Echo, who is currently working on a new commission for me to use for my Resident Evil streams, and who you may know from the kind of just like sort of general stream art that I got recently that I debuted with my playthrough of Chronos: The New Dawn. So I commissioned him for the Resident Evil art. And my entire idea was that, like, oh yeah, let me go ahead and put Acid Shark in one of Mila's outfits from the Resident Evil movie series, because like my idea was that like I needed something that fit all of the games, and it fits all of the games because it doesn't fit any of them. That's how the logic worked out in my mind. So I'm just like, okay, here's outfit reference. Here's reference for the weapon. Here's a kind of like quick, dirty pose idea that I messed up. I messed up. I sketched up. Messy pose idea that I sketched up. And basically said like, yeah, I don't need this immediately. If you get it done sooner, then I mean I can start in on other Resident Evil games sooner. But really, I just need it for when Requiem comes out in March. He told me no problem. He would get started on it right away. Now, per his admission, he has ADHD. I understand this. I also have ADHD, as has been seen on stream several times. I have highlights and shorts demonstrating how bad my ADHD gets. So, some time goes by. I know he went to Midwest Fur Fest last weekend. And I decided, you know what, I'll go ahead. I'll get in touch with him next weekend. Once he's had like some time to like unwind from that. I'm sure he was really busy getting ready for that. Cons I've been to cons. I get it. Today rolls around. I get a message on Telegram from him about how he was watching the Game Awards and he saw the Hitman trailer with Mila Jovovich as the elusive target, and he said he was just like, oh shit. And this message accompanies a sketch for my commission. And first off, the sketch looks great. I'm really excited for it. It's already looking absolutely flawless. I thought that was the funniest fucking way to remember my commission. Oh. Again, want to give a shout out. You can check out his stuff, jecho.art on Blue Sky, JAYECHO.ART. He's a great artist. Highly recommend getting his stuff. Highly recommend commissioning him. It was so fucking funny. I laughed so fucking hard. Oh, okay. But yeah, Resident Evil Requiem looks good as hell. I'm really excited for it. Is this the one that's like full of feet or something? Oh no, it's just shoes.
Some sort of offering?
Oh, same diff. I sent him like $50 to help him out when he needed it, and I forgot to tell him what I wanted. It's just shoot. Here, was it 9 or... Ah. I suppose I don't even need to, like, go to, like, the rear building, huh? Oh, fuck. Like, I could just fucking leave. Like, fuck school. But what if there's more lore? Every playthrough I forget what's in the rear building. The rear building's mostly just kind of where we go to get clues for the fucking like 1960s leet speak the kids are using these days. With their aesthetus. And their how the fuck does the number 6 stand for a U? Sorry, I'm checking Messages. There was one other fucking goddamn what was that fucking game that I saw like the screenshots for. I'm just like, what the fuck is that? Bradley the Badger. What the fuck is a Bradley the Badger? I watched the trailer for it. And just from the look of the trailer, it seems like it is a game that is essentially about the idea of making games. Like, it's metatextual, there's, like, game dev jokes, Evan Peters is there. So more familiar to Bradley the Badger than I saw actual footage of Bradley the Badger. It's interesting. The concept seems to be that he is like a classic 3D platformer character, but and who is slated to get a new game, but it seems like maybe his developer doesn't really know what direction he wants to take the game in. So like there's a bunch like the very first thing you see is Badgerborn. Like it's a parody of Bloodborne. And then there's like I think Cyber Badger, like a Cyberpunk 2077 joke. And just like a number of other things, but like they're all like unfinished game concepts. So there's like untextured models and stuff like that, and he finds like a controller that he can use to like alter objects in the world, as well as like transform himself into objects, resize himself, stuff like that. Like I said, very metatextual. And with a lot of focus on like the game development process. And then he becomes real, and he becomes Evan Peters dressed in like a little badger hood. And he finds his filthy, unwashed game developer sleeping in the middle of his office on an air mattress. Hello, AK4. Welcome.
Coded message. Talk about childish.
I don't know. It looks neat. Are you talking about that self-aware platform from the awards? Yeah. I'm interested. And I think when I was looking over everything, that was pretty much the last thing that kind of stood out to me. I don't really think there was much else that I was particularly interested in. Is it just Stupid Doesn't Die or whatever it was called? I didn't look into that one.
Finally found it.
I looked up stuff that stood out to me as strange and interesting, and also franchises I like.
Hey, since it's just the two of us, let's play our own version of Space Force. If you want.
I could be your partner. Or may face some kind of femme
Aren't you
fatale.
so excited for our final announcement? Whatever it is. I don't know.
Got it. Found the key.
Welcome back.
Rinko's thirst will never
Sorry
be
for the
sated.
trouble. Your turn, partner. We've rested enough.
Sit down. Shu and I can stay up and keep watch over you.
No.
What's kind of interesting about this is that it does seem like this whole thing right here. Shu is the one who introduces the idea of allowing Hinako the chance to rest.
I'm all right.
Hinako, get some rest. We'll stand guard while you're sleeping.
We will totally do that.
Hinako.
That's definitely what's going to happen. We're not going to abandon you.
Come on. You like that sort of thing, don't you?
Nintendo fucking shadow dropped Wario World,
And laid claim to my soul.
which is fucking wild to me.
In turn, I shall save your soul by claiming the life of your old self.
Zilla, why did you pin that? Zilla over here just hitting buttons. Good
Do not push
morning.
yourself.
Hi.
You need rest.
Friend of the stream and housemate Opal is shouting about something. They may be freaking out over a video game. Natalie has messaged me saying, I'm fine, I'm just fucking with the neighbors. Apparently there's somebody shouting outside. Natalie and Opal might be shouting to counter their shouts. Wife arm time.
It was agonizing. But you were strong. You have persevered, Hinako.
Yeah, I know, I'm pretty badass. Stone cold, even.
Now, onward we go.
Onward and upward. Girl, we have horrors beyond our comprehension to witness.
It's a beautiful arm. Even the blood is alluring.
Oh. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no, just shut the door on me. That's fine. I don't care. You know, it's whatever. Whom even give a fuck? Quite frankly. Man. Realize I lost my 40 stream streak. Sad. Realize I'm almost at 100k channel points. Can be a pest. Glad. Zilla, you just gotta keep in mind, watching the VOD counts for keeping the streak alive. You'll get back up there, I'm sure. Oh. It's time to prep some soup. Who's hungry?
Inako, you look even more beautiful today.
Thank you, Rinko. Alright, hold on. I think I've got stuff to enshrine. Dwight Caucus. Thousand draw a random Omamori. And I still need to find more Emma. Okay. Okay. So, let's go ahead and just start with the first door that's already open. I'll be right back. You hang out right there. Don't you go nowheres. Nice Rinko moment. Soon. Crime Rinko. I wonder if we'll learn anything new about our good friend Rinko today. Wouldn't it be nice? Oh, fuck! Ow. Motherfucker. Wouldn't it be nice to learn something fun and new about our good buddy, Rinko? I think it would be nice. And then she has a nice cat. All is good. Dried carcass. God damn it. Okay, hold on. Oh. Damn. Okay. Well, I'll drop the 2 Arare. Keep the stack of 5. Keep the stack of 5. Wouldn't it be nice to learn more about the ingredients of our soup, says Babish. Where's the binging with Babish episode about the Rinko soup? For this recipe, you're gonna need to have one fucking two-faced friend who hates your guts for no reason. You don't have fresh two-faced friend who hates your guts for no reason. Store-bought is fine. But know that it won't be quite as good, because things that are cheap aren't good. It's so funny. Natalie and I have seen a lot of Babish content before, and one of the funniest things is when he does like the challenges where he like tries a bunch of the same item from different brands, and consistently he ranks the cheap stuff as just like worse than trash garbage, and always gives like top marks to like the stuff that is like priced out of a normal person's price range. And I forget specifically which one it is where he's just like, people are gonna keep calling me elitist because I keep getting good grades to the expensive stuff. I want to say it was the one about potato chips, but I don't know for sure. Ow! Son of a bitch. Gage, why does your character have a big old fat hand complete with hairy palms? Because her arm was cut off and replaced with a fucked up fox arm in some sort of metaphorical marriage ceremony that may also have to do with a sacrifice ceremony in order to appease a slumbering water dragon that will otherwise spew out poisonous gas all throughout the town of Ebisugaoka. It's more or less the long and short of it. Yeah, it's pretty nuts. God, I had some Inari sushi the other day. We went to a conveyor belt sushi place on Tuesday, and it was really good. Okay, go back to hiding from Silent Hill. Yeet! Thanks for stopping by, Goldie. Always nice to see you. Taking that. Okay. So I guess we'll start with what's already open. Weed leaf, baby, weed leaf. Weed leaf, baby, weed leaf, baby. There's Levy Gauge. I'm just scared of being triggered by Silent Hill. No, that's understandable. This one in particular gets pretty rough.
Fashion magazines. Wrinkles. Room.
Gets pretty dog voice. Ruff. Sorry. Pick up. Balled up notebook paper. I've been blessed with an easy life, happy, with kind parents who are well off. I never doubted myself, not even once. But then one day I met you, lost and alone as you were. And then I felt contempt, irritation, disgust, envy. Now that I think about it, you taught me all the emotions children are supposed to learn during childhood. If not for you, I might have stayed a big fish, content in my happy little pond. Now I've outgrown Ebisugaoka. That is the gift you gave me. So today, what I really want to say to you is thank you. No, I can't read this in front of other people. Start over. Oh my god, Rinko, were you trying to write a speech for... That's a terrible way to start a speech for Hinako's fucking wedding! Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Rinko collects dolls? Sure seems that way. Click, click. Booyah! Okay. Now, is there a fucked up version of that note anywhere in the room? Because usually there's some kind of a fucked up version of that note somewhere in the room. Maybe in the same spot? No? No fucked up notes. Interesting. Show me this weird doll. Disgusting. Shoe. Yep. Nasty. Shoe. Whoa. Oh. Okay. Yeah, alright. That's probably fine. Girl, you need help. Get you some therapy. I'm begging you. Oh, now it's all Rinko, and it looks like she's not a fan. Uh-oh. Anyway. Get therapy, Gage. That's how we got get shattered memories. Do you want more shattered memories? Maybe a little bit. I like shattered memories. Maybe go to a different therapist. Maybe don't go to Dr. Kaufman for therapy. That might be the play, as it were. I'm gonna pick this up.
Found it.
Found it. Girl, I have found it. Bro. Go to therapy. The monkey's paw curls as Kaufman welcomes you inside. Now, hold on. Would Kaufman be a better or worse option for therapy than a therapist in 1960s Japan? Oh god. Yeah. I don't know about enough about 1960s Japan to say. Well, okay, so I have it on relatively good authority by someone who, you know, grew up in...
Sports, coordinating outfits, makeup. I was always better than you at those things.
Okay. I have it on, like, relatively good authority by somebody who, like, you know, grew up in, like, Eastern Asian culture and, you know, deals with things like mental illness and stuff like that, that, generally speaking, therapy right now isn't super good. Well, maybe not right now. This would have been, like, 10 years ago, roughly. A little bit more. Regardless, not exactly robust. Not exactly always sympathetic to mental illness in it. So you can imagine that perhaps in the early 60s, it may have been worse. Mental health services in the US were worse in the early 60s. Based on this town and the advice would probably be, sounds like you need a husband. Have you tried getting married about it? You think it's annoying when people, like, suggest things like eating healthier or, like, working out now. Dried carcass. Have you tried leeches? Leeches could potentially balance out your humors. It's worth a shot.
School. It all seems like ages ago.
Actually, we were, like, just here. Alright, hold on. I'm still finding shit. I need to check this area.
Lunch. Recess. Friends.
Was that a question? Are you unsure about that last one? I'm not seeing that there's anything in here. Very strange. I guess we just continue, huh? Yeah, alright. Okay. Maybe now that the environment has changed, there will be something different. Oh. Motherfucker. Taking both of those. Thank you. What's that supposed to be? Oh, it's a little bird keychain. Yeah, nope, still nothing. Very odd, very odd. Alright, Rinko, what new insults have you prepared for me today? Oh, was the last one supposed to be your... Okay. I think we accidentally triggered her third round of fucking venting at us. Girl, put it in vent.
You were up in dreamland, but I helped you countless times.
Yeah.
Why did you get it all?
Girl, this isn't even what I really wanted. Ew. Bitch, weren't you just bragging about what a good life you had?
To be you, Hinako. You've got it all.
Well, you see, the thing is, her parents might be well off, but her life, her inner life, is hollow and void of whimsy.
This is Shizuya. No, no. I have to let go. I need to move on.
What if you didn't, like, just as a bit? These candies bring back memories. Doesn't look like there's anything new in here yet. And now there's a monster!
Get out.
Ooh, bandage. Ha, gross. Alright, yeah, I'm not finding anything new. Maybe there was only the one thing. I'm just gonna go ahead and pick this up.
And now, Rinko and I can go our separate ways.
Someday love will find you. Break those chains that bind you.
I have to work so much harder for everything. I actually tried!
That's nice. Come get y'all's soup. Rinko
Just
soup.
for once.
Rinko
Think
soup.
about how he feels. You're a traitor. You played with his heart. Say you're sorry. Get on your knees and beg for forgiveness.
Nah.
Can't you hear me? Why don't you say something?
Sorry, Rinko. Did you say something? I was looking at my phone. Oh. Oh, well, okay, never mind. Oh, Anthro Heat is out on Steam now. Why are you buying friends at the soup store? The Tri-Scale Emblem Key. Ew. Soup. I remember the other thing I saw. I've talked, I think, words. I think I talked about this a little bit ago when I was playing Force Unleashed earlier in the year. But Star Wars games kind of bore me now. Just because of how homogenous they're getting. There is part of me that is still kind of interested in seeing where, like, at least some of them go. Blame Disney. No, I blame Disney. I 100% blame Disney. You kidding? There's nobody to blame but Disney. I find this game funnier thinking of these characters as like 10 years older and still acting like this in these exact scenarios. Rinko, say you're sorry to my husband. Girl, you're not even married to him. Star Wars Fate of the Old Republic was just a pre-rendered trailer. Kind of want to see where that one goes, though. I don't think there's ever going to be a Star Wars game that makes me feel quite as good as Force Unleashed is the thing. You know? Like, you gotta listen, if I'm gonna be a Jedi, or a Sith. I want to be, like, cool. You know? Character progression, story, making the player feel like they've accomplished something. No. I want to cook fools with Force Lightning. First and foremost. Write that down. I want to push a button, and I want to send a person flying into a force field where they are immediately, like, fucking evaporated. Let's jot that down. We have video proof that you don't have to press a button for that. Yeah, that's true, we do. Sometimes the NPC will just do it themselves. Ah, beans. Alright, now gotta go deal with Sakako's stuff.
This is Sakuko's.
I'm still not entirely sure, ultimately, how to feel about Sakuko. I think she's got, like, her own stuff that she's dealing with, but it is ultimately unfair of her to put the blame on us and call us a traitor for something that ultimately it doesn't seem like we necessarily have a say in. That being said, she's not Rinko, and that has to count for something. Yeah, the game getting updated mid-playthrough to change what she says kind of throws for a loop. Sakuko did nothing wrong. It's not that the game updated mid-playthrough to change what she says. It did add some stuff in there that was missed out on, but I think even before that, we got enough to imply that Sakuko's got her own personal demons that she is dealing with. Hey girl, hey. Don't worry, I'm gonna be there soon, and I promise I'm not going to condemn you to total darkness where you will 100% have a heart attack. Maybe die. I wonder if Sakuko thought that Hinako would defy the marriage. Hinako's characterized as being rebellious and tough and tomboyish with all the baggage that carries. True. Friend of the stream, Lucas, seems to be playing through some, like, classic first-person shooters, and just posted in one of our group servers that he finished playing Duke Nukem 3D and just wanted to say that Duke Nukem was never good. And it's just like, no, you know what? That's probably a fair assessment, all things considered. I can't necessarily fault him for that. Bench. This is my locker? Sadike, maybe she likewise had this image of Hinako as being so strong and willful that when/if she agrees to the marriage, it shatters the ideal of her in Sakuko's mind. Sakuko's diary. Hinako really is fast when she goes all out, but when we're running together during gym class, she'll slow her pace down to match mine. The second she can go her own speed, though, she takes off with this look of unrestrained joy on her face. I always said that we had to do everything together, get boyfriends together, even get married together. Those were the selfish wishes of a child. Just like how I'm a slow runner and Hinako is fast, people have to live life at their own pace. Just because Hinako is moving a bit faster than me doesn't mean she's betraying me. I was jealous, and I couldn't even admit that to myself. I'm sorry, Hinako, for calling you a traitor. Okay. Okay. It seems like... So, we saw this exact same thing with Rinko, is the thing. Where it's like, as we're getting further and further into our playthroughs here, we're starting to see these characters, like, ultimately regret the way that they were acting. You have Rinko regretting how, like... cartoonishly jealous she's been of Hinako. You've got Sakuko realizing that it is ultimately unfair of her to think of Hinako as a traitor. Were all of these here? Hold on. Okay. Anyway. Time for that happy memory to get... Oh, hey, look, there was a literal hurdle in the corner. I wonder if any of these are like the Hinako's, or, the Sakuko's diary entries that were glitched and wouldn't spawn properly. Hard to know what's glitched and what only shows up on future playthroughs. Yep. Such is the nature of the videos game. It is so wild to me that Nintendo fucking shadow dropped Wario World like 2 days ago. Like, has anyone else been thinking about that? Has it just been me? Because I've been thinking about it constantly. It is pretty funny, yeah. I've been thinking about possibly doing like some Mario game playthroughs. Like, the primary ones I want to do, like, the Luigi's Mansion trilogy. I want to do, Princess Peach Showtime. Wario World would just, I guess, have to get added to that list. Decreases current max sanity consumed by charge attacks. Interesting. Campbell's chicken noodle soup. Maybe Mario Sunshine, maybe Galaxy, maybe 64. Who can say?
Get out.
I even know what kind of outfit I'd put Acid Shark in for those. Hold on. What's a slutty Mario outfit you'd wear? I was actually thinking, full disclosure, I'm sure this doesn't say anything about me as a person at all. I was thinking about putting Acid Shark in like an outfit inspired by Birdo.
We promise to each other that we'd be together forever.
Because I like Birdo. Birdo's like one of my favorite Mario characters. I'm sure that says absolutely nothing about me.
Rabbits. Sakuko loved rabbits.
Steepling fingers. I'm not saying anything. Birdo's fine, but Toad's too ooh la la. But you know what I am thinking it.
She should live with them in their little rabbit house.
Yes, yes, I know you're thinking it. As is only natural. It was kind of funny. I was talking to a friend of the stream, Audrey, about it. Because we were discussing it in the wake of the Acid Shark Minoru art, which came out fucking fantastic, as I've said before. And I was just like, yeah, you know, I was thinking about getting, like, Birdo art for Mario games. Just, like, you know, something that is, like, still representative of the series, but, like, I can use for, like, more than one game. And I'm just like, do you have any ideas for, like, doing, like, a Birdo-inspired outfit? And Audrey mentioned that Birdo has, like, some cute outfits from Mario Kart World. And I decided to go look them up. And while I was in the process of looking them up, I'm just like, one of them's gonna be a fucking white sundress with a wide brimmed hat, isn't it? I just know one of them's gonna be a white sundress with a wide brimmed hat. There's absolutely, like, Birdo is exactly the kind of bitch who wears a white sundress with a wide brimmed hat. That's a fucking white sundress with a wide brimmed hat. Of course it is. I called that shit so fucking hard. It's almost embarrassing. You and her think the same. I'm sure that says nothing about me. But yeah. So, I'm gonna be thinking about that for a bit. Probably get something down the line. Meditate on it. Oh, I will. Oh. Amiko possessed. Obtained all the following documents. Sakuko's diary. I had a strange dream last night. In it, a god appeared before me and commanded me to restore Senensugi Shrine to its former glory. I had a strange dream today. In it, someone told me that I mustn't restore Senensugi Shrine. They must be revelations from opposing gods. But I already know my answer, because my dream is to restore Senensugi Shrine too. The god who spoke to me yesterday said that there is an evil deity who has robbed them of their shrine. The god who spoke to me today said that the shrine had been used to worship an evil being, causing it to fall out of use. If I'm going to be forced to make a choice, then I will put my trust in the god who visited me yesterday. However, when I told the god from today that, they said this. The handwriting here looks nothing like Sakuko's. Foolish maiden, you wish to serve a malevolent god. I shall crush that empty head of yours. Fucked up if true. The Inari-sama of Ebisugaoka has been the guardian deity that has protected this town since the old days, but they can be capricious at times. Sometimes they'll turn into a fox and steal chickens and dried persimmons. Other times they'll play tricks on children who don't listen to their parents. I also heard that when they fall in love with a woman they find desirable at first sight, they spirit her away to be their bride. Interesting. Don't you find that interesting, Sakuko? There's new information about Sakuko. Sakuko made me promise that if either one of us was going to get a boyfriend, we'd have to do so at the same time. No exceptions. I honestly have no interest in that kind of thing, but I went ahead with it because she seemed so set on it. Sometime after that, rumors of Kotoyuki asking for my hand in marriage spread all over town, and I can't even begin to tell you how horrible this turned out. It reached Sakuko, and now every time she sees me, she calls me traitor this, traitor that. I really didn't want it to be this way. So she was already calling her a traitor to her face. And this was before, like, even anything had been properly announced. This was based on rumors. Sakuko's dream. Oh. Oh, you're dead. Okay. My soul now, bitch! Alright. Hey, girl, hey. I'm here.
Hinako, you came for me. I'm scared. Please get me out of here.
I still don't really understand this one, I'm going to be honest. Two must face each other as one to pray for mutual prosperity. Those who do shall lift their heads to level height as if they were reflections in a mirror, as custom dictates. With the shading of light shall you condemn the past to the dark. Secret box. Oh, okay. I still don't get it. Doop.
What are you doing? No, I don't want to be alone.
Hey, don't worry about it. You'll be fine.
Hinako! Hinako, help me! Help me! Don't leave me! I don't want to be alone! Wait! Please don't go! We promised to stick together! You traitor!
Sorry, Sakako, did you say something? I was looking at my phone. Anyway. We've been through this game enough times that I can get a little silly with it. Sakako did deserve better, but at the same time, like, there is sort of like the misplacement of blame. I think I want to say Kale's analysis of this particular chunk of the game as having a lot more to do with Kotoyuki potentially manipulating Hinako to have, like, worse memories of her friends and her life may hold a bit of water, considering we've found these, like, pages of, like, Rinko or Sakuko's diaries where they're discussing the fact that they are recognizing that they have treated Hinako horribly based on, like, their own sort of, like, personal issues that they're dealing with.
Guess this is the last time I get to call you that. Huh?
And now we have to deal with Shu.
I worked my butt off on that kanji test so I could get this. Remember?
Memories. Hold on a second. I gotta stretch real quick. I fucked up my back this morning. Something fierce. We've gotten more information about how Rinko and Sakuko reacted to Kotoyuki's like offer of marriage on this particular playthrough, I think. So I'm wondering if we're gonna get more information as to how Shu reacted to it.
You really struggled to keep your first plant alive. That's weird. Where did it go? Oh, not a big deal. That's just what it means to forget. My most prized possession. I wouldn't let anyone other than you touch it. I had a truckload of these notebooks. I filled up my entire closet.
Ah, shit. We were supposed to listen to Sakuko's fucked up screaming in Japanese. Damn it.
Partner, I need to know what your final decision is.
Oh well. We got at least one more playthrough of this, so I'm sure we'll find the time. Her decision is not your partner. So, metaphors. Rinko is immolated by the fires of her own jealousy. Sakuko condemns herself to the darkness and loneliness of pushing Hinako away. Hold on. And then Shu's just into choking. No. Shu is metaphorically strangling himself by effectively lying to Hinako that he'll be okay with whatever she decides, because ultimately he isn't okay with it. Shu get into that freaky torture stuff. No, because ultimately Shu is not actually okay with whatever Hinako decides. He is metaphorically strangling himself by basically forcing himself not to speak his true feelings. Because part of the issue here, obviously, is that each of these characters is what's the word I'm looking for? Each of these characters is sort of condemning themselves to an extent. It's kind of a they made their bed and now they need to lie in it sort of situation. Each of them shows remorse for what they have done in terms of how they've treated Hinako. We've seen it with Rinko realizing that she was so obsessed with wanting to be better than Hinako to like win Shu's love that she ultimately found that her hatred of Hinako outweighed her actual love for Shu. She doesn't actually know anything about Shu. She just wanted to beat Hinako. And that was just kind of her ultimate like personal undoing. Sakako is a very similar thing where she was so upset. This makes us look like these foxes are very confused about something. I'm sorry. Sakako was so focused on the fact that she and Hinako had these childhood promises they made to each other, and that she is seemingly not going along with them, that she just has like a complete like full-on blowout breakdown about it, right? And then Shu, of course, in addition to just like completely like self-sabotaging, is also drugging Hinako. And each of them expresses some degree of remorse. Shu, weirdly enough, Shu not as much as the others. Shu does not seem to feel quite as bad about what he's done, which is buck wild to me. But this is what I mean when I say that there is a degree to which it seems like Kale is kind of onto something with regards to the Dark Shrine sequences, especially these ones being more, potentially more about Hinako being gaslit into like killing her darlings versus like actually talking out their issues, because it seems to be, rather than like her kind of coming to these realizations that Sakako is holding her to a childish and quite frankly unrealistic standard, Rinko is being consumed by the fires of her own jealousy, and Shu is clearly like holding back from speaking his true feelings and lying to her about being okay with whatever she decides. Ultimately, rather than talking through these things with her friends, she is being encouraged to say, okay, die then, basically. My big computer brain is so big and full of ones and zeros. Downloads so much data, making you big and round. Okay, let's go ahead and hit this switch. Because, like, let's be real here. There's the two endings the two, like, non fucked up on White Claudia endings that we've gotten so far have essentially been Hinako fully accepting that the life that she preferred was ultimately not as ideal as she thought it was, and leaving all of it behind, with only the most basic level of closure and accepting everything that Kotayuki has told her, while also, as we saw in the Fox marriage ending, completely severing her own self-identity, as seen with her cut-off face lying on the ground, crying about how she does not want to become like her mother. The other option is her running away with Shu, none the wiser to what he has done to her, and ultimately looking at her past life through more idealized eyes, right? There is a timeline here. It may be the timeline that we're on, it might not be, where ultimately what Hinako realizes is a combination of what I had wasn't ideal, no, but perhaps this isn't the answer. You know what I mean? Like, there is a potential situation where she may actually have been able to talk through, like, these sort of more intense emotions with Rinko, with Sakuko, maybe with Shu, but I'm not 100% certain how worthy Shu is of redemption at this point, if we're being honest. Kale, that's very good. Hold on. Let me get that saved. So I can go ahead and throw this up on screen. Very nice. The one on the left is me when I'm ha. And the one on the right is me when I'm wa. They are the ha, wa brothers. Okay, let's keep going. Whoa! You did a good job, Kale. Ya done good. The scent of herbs is overpowering. The scent of herbs is overpowering. Yo can. I don't need any Yokan right now. Fucked up pregnancy monster time. gross. Hate that. With this power. Anyway. And a Discord window to hide while I'm eating. Ascend to ass thang. Miracle of childbirth. My fucking ass. Everybody hates the pregnancy monster. Oh, fuck. Get that shit away from me. God, I'm just thinking about fucking watching through, like, all of the Alien and Predator movies and, like, getting to shit like, goddamn Alien Resurrection, or, like, the shit from Alien Romulus, and just being like, I hate this in particular. Like, seeing, like, the newborn or the offspring and being just like, oh, I hate this fucking thing. This is the worst. And then going from that into, like, Alien Earth. And, seeing, Ocellus, the eyeball alien, and being like, oh, this guy is a friend. He's my buddy. We hang out. Like, it's the polar opposite. One is the polar opposite of the other. Hello, Lila. Welcome. Like, Ocellus from Alien Earth makes me feel the exact opposite kind of emotion as, like, the newborn or the offspring from Aliens Resurrection or Romulus. Is essentially how that goes. I really liked Alien Earth. I liked it way better than Alien Romulus.
Tell me how you really feel, partner.
I absolutely hate eyeball trauma, but the eyeball critter is fun. I like Ocellus. Ocellus is a buddy. He's my friend. He's also horrifying.
You came back, partner.
What's up, bro?
I wanted. It's alright. Whatever the outcome, I'll respect my partner's choice.
You liar. Shoe voice, choke me, mommy. What? Who said that?
It must be hard for you to bid farewell to childhood friends.
Yes.
It wasn't that difficult.
No. It had to be done. As soon as I could. very sorry for what you just saw.
You need not apologize. I should be begging your pardon for forcing this pain upon you.
They're kind of all a bit buttheadish. Gotta move on to foxier ventures.
Onward.
And upward, yes. Shoo, you fucking liar. Anyways, Kotoyuki! Hold on, Kotoyuki, my brain tumor's acting up. Don't you hate it when that happens? So I think we have to purify the sword. I'm pretty sure. If I recall correctly, we have to purify the sword.
Shoo. Ringo?
Thankfully, there's a good checklist. There is, but I need to like go back to the main menu to get it. Maybe once we hit the next save point. Clean sword is good for the soul. But first, I think we get chased by a fog monster.
How come? Shoo. The plan's to meet up. At your place, right? There's just too many. Is that thing still chasing me?
Probably.
Well, maybe they had to get away from that thing.
Maybe they had to get away from Bride Hinako. Because Bride Hinako is being forced to kill her darlings and cut off all of her old friendships.
Maybe they had no choice but to go on without me. That has to be it.
There's a possibility that this could all actually be happening, like, in sequence. Where, like, Hinako is oscillating between, like, Bride Hinako and high school Hinako, essentially. Antique comb. What am I gonna drop for you? I'll drop this stack of 2 bandages, it's fine. Ugh. Can you stop making noises? Dried carcass.
And put this here.
Whoa! Nice try. Get shit on, fuckstick.
Shu knows more about the mountains than I do.
I remember seeing a streamer that I've seen do a lot of stuff with like Penny Snapcube, Markoto, I think, say that like his absolute like favorite curse word, like with the absolute best mouthfeel, is dipshit, and I have to agree. Dipshit is pretty strong in terms of like the hierarchy of the cursed word. Like, you don't get much better than that. Got that P and SH and the punch of dit. And it all ends in it. Anyway. Left turn, and then a right turn. I like bitch tit myself. That's pretty good. Good sense of flow. Uh-huh. For sure, for sure. I started working on the next chapter of Wicked Game. You're gonna need to give me a second. I gotta take care of these guys before I talk about this more. Ow, bitch. Ow, bitch. Ow, bitch. Ow, bitch. Hold on. Hold on. Oop. Ow. You motherfucker. You motherfucker. Who are these goopy goobers? Goop spewing motherfuckers. Anyway. So yes, I have started working on the next chapter of Wicked Game. I'm very excited to, like, I definitely had a period of time where this actually kind of like dovetails into some feelings I've been having about Zenless Zone Zero recently. I have not felt any desire recently to so much as like look at Zenless Zone Zero at any point in like the last couple of weeks since the new patch dropped. The poor image is starving. And when I realized that, like, I was just, the thought of logging on to Zenless, like, even just to, like, look at, like, limited events or like touch MSQ was like, I was having like such a reaction to it where it's just like, I don't really want to do that. I realized that this could either be like a good thing or a bad thing. If it's a good thing, then that means that like the claws of gacha have loosened ever so slightly and allowed me to slip its grasp. If it's a bad thing, it means I'm slipping into a depressive episode, which wouldn't be good.
Her like this, Shu.
One of the pitfalls of ADHD is unfortunately that I am very, very susceptible to slipping into depressive episodes, which is like some bullshit, quite frankly. I already have to deal with the one mental illness. You're telling me I'm more susceptible to the other one too? Come on. It's some bullshit. Hello, Dreadplay. Welcome. I was trying to see what that emote in the middle says. I do see it says hype. I'm just like, what the fuck does that say? I can barely read that from here. Maybe I need glasses. Could you imagine me with glasses? God, I'd look so much fucking hotter. Alright, where am I going? Being my parents' child unfortunately means I was shaken, not stirred, with both of their undiagnosed asses. I was thinking the same thing. But, I resolved that just like, okay, if it's just Zenless, it's my teddy bear, which was found after buried under a concrete slab for at least 20 years. Nice. Hype as hell. But I was thinking, if it's just Zenless that I'm having this reaction to, then that might not be so bad. Because it's just, okay, I don't want to play a gacha, you know? Like, that's not the worst thing in the world. Quite frankly, that's ideal. The ideal state of being is to not want to play a gacha, you know? And I thought about, like, okay, well, how could I test this? And just like, well, I still regularly log into Final Fantasy XIV. I'm not tired of Final Fantasy XIV. I'm excited for 7.4. Holy shit, that's next fucking week. So clearly it doesn't seem like it's every single game I could play. And Lord knows, Lord knows I've been playing different games all week and I've been having a blast with each of them, right? I've started wearing non-prescription glasses to prep for prescription and can confirm instantly hotens. True. Apparently a Snuggles bear originally before getting naturally aged is a fun way to put it. Yeah, it could just burn yourself out in one game. The only good gacha are those machines that give you the random capsule stuff. I got some, when we went to the sushi place, the conveyor belt sushi place that we go to is having a Kirby collab right now. And we got some stuff from that. It was nice. How many tomestones you go eat? I don't know. I already got the oh god, what are they called? The Gwibber. I already got the Gwibber for this one. And I got the Red Mage barding, and I think, was there something else I was looking at? I don't know if I'm gonna get the Tinkerbell one. I still need to do the Ultimog challenge, though, which is Mount Rockon 6 times. Dread, you get it. I love collecting gacha capsule vending machines. Yeah, I gotta do Rockon. You got the things you wanted. That's good. I also got the things that I wanted. So like if I do Rockon, then like realistically speaking, it's just so I can get MGP. Like it'd be nice to like get a couple of the platinum cards so I could just have like something in the bank in case there's like something that's added to the MGP exchange that I really want. Cleared Rockon while you were at it. Nice. I'm assuming, with the progression that they've been going through, I'm assuming that the next one is going to be like, clear Alo Alo Island 6 times, which will be good for me, because Alo Alo Island is the only one I haven't finished, and they're already going to be adding another one with the next patch. I'm just like, oh god, I haven't... No, please, I still need to finish the other one. So I'm gonna have to fucking deal with that. Yeah, come on. Up and at him, man. I need to finish Alo Alo. I want the ferry. Hannibal Lecter when he sees Will Graham. Sorry. I should rewatch Hannibal sometime. That's a good fucking show. I've already decided that the next thing I'm gonna rewatch is all the Middle Earth movies. Can't start on anything else. I'm only doing the Peter Jackson and Peter Jackson adjacent ones, though. I want to finish Alo Alo because I want to hang out with Matsuya. What about the leftmost Earth movies? Oh, that's a good point. I wonder when Season 3 of Rings of Power is supposed to come out. God, wouldn't it be fucked up if another show that I, like, really enjoy despite its flaws, got canceled after its second season again? I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice.
Did I finally make it out?
There. Won't open without a key. Sugi Sato. For the record, the 2 shows that I kind of enjoy despite their flaws that got canceled after 2 seasons are Carnival Row and Halo. Carnival Row is such a weird like, oh my god. Like, there's a certain point in the second season where you can tell, like, oh, this must be where they learned that they were getting canceled, because, like, they suddenly just start, like, closing plot threads left and right. It's fucking weird. Like, that show wasn't good, but I did like the Victorian urban fantasy nature of it. But there were times where, like, I was watching and I'm just like, this definitely feels like an excuse, feels like it was an excuse for the writers to come up with new slurs for Fey folk.
Shoe. Ringo?
Hold on, I need to take a second because now I'm thinking about Carnival Row. Carnival Row season 2 is so fucking weird because it's just, oh man, I don't even know how to describe it. There is like a whole will they won't they with like the main male and female leads that ultimately ends with the female lead marrying her on again off again girlfriend off in the Feylands. And just kind of being like, yeah, everything ended up more or less fine. It's whatever. But like you can tell that they were kind of like scrambling to like get to a point where everything is resolved because there's like plot threads in that series that just like they set them up and then just like abandon them. Like there's this whole thing about how like there's this woman working behind the scenes, I think, to make life better for the Fey folk, but then at the same time like her brother finds out that she's been working against him, and like there's this whole thing about how like, oh, she's gonna be executed, and it feels like one of those things that it's gonna be like stopped at like just the last moment, but then no, she's just full on executed, and then it's just like, oh, now the brother's gonna become like this ultimate villain, but then he's immediately killed after that, and then there's this whole thing about just like the only way we're gonna stop this fucking creature that is killing people is if we have this big ass minigun. So they get the big ass minigun, and the big ass minigun doesn't work. So they need to come up with something. It's so fucking weird. It's so fucking weird, and it's messy, and it's just it's this weird thing where that show took like, I want to say like 3 years for its second season to come out, and as its second season was being hyped up, there's just like the final season of Carnival Row, as if it's been running for like consistently for like all 5 of the years that it's been in development, and it's just like, you can't final season this shit. Like, it's only the second season. It kind of makes me a little it kind of makes me, at least on some level, a little bit glad that like Halo got canceled after the hype up to its second season, so there wasn't any just like, it's the final season of Halo, and it's just like, okay. so like instead we just have abandoned plot threads, not plot threads that were like hastily tied up. Got so scrambled on this combo. I thought we were in Middle Earth, then minigun. No, I started talking about Carnival Row. I'm sorry. As of this time, Rings of Power has not been confirmed to be canceled after a second season. You good, homie? I'm good. I'm good. Rings of Power is okay. Gundam Witch from Mercury has similar issues where it's kind of obvious they wanted a third season. It is a little obvious, admittedly. I would argue that Witch from Mercury was able to wrap itself up just a little bit better, though. Oh, that was a you good, homie, with a period. You doing good, homie. Thank you. I appreciate that. I am doing good. Sorry. Omamori Beetle! Greatly increases damage inflicted to stunned enemies. That's pretty good. We got a fucking beetle. Like from Zelda. At least they had a gay marriage. True. So did Carnival Row. Carnival Row also had a gay marriage. To be fair. I don't know. I could go on and on about like the shortcomings of like, whoa, right. I could go on and on about, like, the shortcomings of various, like, examples of prestige TV. Oh, hey, man. But, like, we'd also be here all day. Okay, but did Carnival Row have a gay marriage that the publisher tried to expunge and accidentally made it way gayer? No, they were pretty full-throated about the gay marriage. They put their whole pussy into the gay marriage, to be fair. It's bugging me that it's not, like, a better number. Weasel! Greatly increases damage dealt by normal attacks, but Hinako will no longer be able to stun enemies. Imagine pairing that with the beetle. Greatly increases damage dealt to stun enemies, but you can't stun enemies anymore. Sorry!
No!
Oh, right. Not that way. Girl, you gotta get running. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. That was the worst thing for you to have done in that exact moment.
Is it gone?
No.
I need a break.
I need to take a fucking second. Shit! Not going that way. Mori, go! I think all the monsters in Ebisugaoka Hinako in Ebisugaoka are based on, like, okay, all the monsters for the Hinako that primarily resides in Ebisugaoka seem to be based on concepts of adulthood and marriage and the like. Whereas the monsters for Hinako and the Dark Shrine seem to be based more on childlike concepts, dolls, the one that does, like, the hopscotch, etc., etc. Except the pregnancy monster. That being said, that's not perfect. I don't know what like the faceless dude in chains or like the dude with the drum is all about necessarily, but something to think about.
Is it finally over?
Dude with the drum was her dad, isn't it? I think the big meaty dude is meant to be more along the lines of her dad, or like people
Stuff from
like her
before.
dad.
Where did it go?
I think sometimes prestige TV gets so up its own ass with trying to be prestige TV that it forgets to, like, have good writing. Ugh. Like, I don't want to give any sort of, like, I don't want to pretend like I'm giving any kind of, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Any kind of... Oh, God. Hold on. I don't want it to seem like I'm giving any kind of credit to the people who are just like, "Ah, sex scenes are so pointless in media," because, like, that's not obviously, like, true across every single example of what they're talking about. But, you know, sometimes it does feel like, okay, you're putting a sex scene here for the sake of there being a sex scene, as opposed to it being like there's certain situations where we're like, okay, I can see what you're trying to do here, but this really feels more like I didn't need to see Master Chief's ass. I'm sorry. There was no reason for that. Or even worse than that, honestly. Like, it's not even necessarily like Aster Chief, yeah. It's not even necessarily like sometimes they add sex scenes where it's just like, okay, it doesn't, like, the sex scene here is pointless. Why is this here? But sometimes it's also like, did you give any thought to, like, why the sex scene is here or what the implications of putting it here would be? Like, are we going to just need to ignore the fact that Master Chief is fucking a prisoner of war in Halo Season 1? You did need to see Master Chief fuck the Covenant out of the traitor. Yeah, no, exactly. He dicks her down so good that she renounces her allegiance. Nani? No, I'm sorry. That's not exactly what happens. I mean, he does fuck a prisoner of war. That part is true. But I am exaggerating slightly when I say that Master Chief fucks the Covenant dogma out of a race traitor. That's only a slight exaggeration. Can a POW consent? That's the question, isn't it? Yo, we talk about Master Chief fucking Hello Venom Lad. I know nothing of Halo. Look, it's just the TV show. Okay, the TV show needed to add a human character to the Covenant side of things because they didn't have the budget to constantly have CG characters on screen every time they cut to the Covenant, like, point of view. But you need to have the Covenant point of view in a Halo series because the Covenant point of view is actually really important to understand what's going on. Hi, Goldie. Big Halo fan here. Who wrote this track? Hold on. I could probably tell you. 1 second. Let's see. Halo Season 1. Who wrote Halo Season 1? Who specifically wrote the episode where Master Chief fucks the Covenant dogma out of the POW? Let's see. I think it was episode 8, probably. Yeah, John and Mackie have sex. So that was Justine Joelle Gilmer and Stephen Kane. If they needed to show the Covenant side and have Master Chief fuck, I mean, Arbiter is right there. Oh, he shows up in the second season. And at that point, Mackie has gone back to the Covenant side of things, so I'm assuming she fucked the Arbiter, because I'm pretty sure that's how that works. Based on the first season. Is Donut from Red vs. Blue there? Is he at the bottom? I'm going to form. What happened? Okay, but like, no. Okay. Pretense. Okay, so, like I said, they need to show the Covenant side of things from a human point of view because they need to save their budget on the CG for, like, bigger action scenes. And there is a really good big action scene in Season 1 of Halo. I will give it that much. So there is full reason for them to want to save budget. So when they show the Covenant side of things, they have a human character that they show it from the point of view as. So no, you need to wait. You need to wait. I'm going somewhere with this. Mr. Chief is a Spartan too. They don't fuck. Here they do. Bear with me. Okay. So you have Mackie, who was abducted by the Covenant, and it's this weird thing where they do this fucking weird chosen one thing where, like, not all humans can use Forerunner stuff now. It's only certain humans. It's stupid as hell because it ruins one of my favorite twists from Contact Harvest, but whatever. Neither here nor there. Okay, so part of Season 1 of Halo is about Master Chief regaining the humanity that was taken from him by Dr. Halsey. Part of that, and it's this kind of push and pull where everyone's just like, he can't be more human, he's a weapon, you have to put Cortana in his head so she can brain jack him at a moment's notice if we need him to be the weapon that he nominally is. And that's why Cortana is put in his head, but he removes the emotional inhibitor chip that keeps him from feeling things. So a big plot thread of the first season is him regaining his humanity. This is mirrored by another member of his squad who I actually ended up really liking. She ended up being one of my favorite characters. It's not Blue Team, which does upset me. Taking it was trained out of him as a child. The whole point is that he's the apex of humanity and still capable of humanity, but repetitive because I know. It's different. But it's not Blue Team, which upsets me. Where my girl Linda at? And where my girl Linda, please. But I think, what's her name? Kai, I think is her name. She's pretty fun. Emotional relationship. I beg your whole ass. No, his whole ass, because it's at like the base of the spine, so they have to dig it out of the top of their ass crack. Anyways, so Kai also does that, but she doesn't take to, like, it starts seeming like she's going to turn into like this sort of like bloodthirsty sociopath, but then she has a panic attack in her first battle. I love how much I'm like saying shit that is catching y'all off guard. It's great. What a fun show Halo Season 1 is. So, because John and Mackie are, like, both fucking chosen ones or what the fuck ever, it's like, oh, they are the only ones who can understand each other, and Mackie intentionally turns herself over to the humans, pretending to be someone who was captured by the Covenant and escaped, and people start doubting her story because of this, that, and the other thing, and they're just like, you need to kill John, Master Chief, and she's realizing, like, no, he's like me, he understands me, and he's just like, oh, she's like me, she understands me, and then they fuck, and she almost renounces the Covenant, but then the humans are just like, oh, she's a traitor, blah 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 blah. So she goes back to the Covenant because she has to unlock this thing for the Covenant so that she can show John that they're the ones who should fucking wipe the fucking universe clean or what the fuck ever. And then she's shot in the final confrontation, but she's fine actually. And then John lets Cortana brainjack him so he can simultaneously complete the mission and also save one of his injured teammates. So now he's just full on robot mode with Cortana controlling everything that he. They build up a whole rapport over the season. It's actually really nicely done. But then that's completely undone by the beginning of the first season. So he's fine and Cortana's gone. But then like Maki's okay, and now she's rolling with the Arbiter. And this is not Thelvatum, the Arbiter that I'm sexually attracted to all of them, but that one in particular, the Thelvatum Arbiter is my hubbin. He's my boyfriend. This is a different Arbiter. And the Arbiter, there's like the fucking trusted vizier style elite who's there as well. It's just like, Maki might not be trustworthy, and Arbiter's just like, no, she's trustworthy, fuck you. And then there's this whole thing where, like, at the end of the season, he kills all of the other elites who are doubting his loyalty to the cause, and then they finally get to Halo. He has a fight with Master Chief. Master Chief kills him. It's just like, we did it. We found Halo. Maki's gonna do all this crazy shit, and she's gonna wipe out all life in the universe. And then it's just like, we're gonna stop her. And then the show got canceled. Da-da-da-da-da-da. They finally get to Halo, and the show gets canceled. Season 2 was not great. From a writing perspective, there were parts of it I liked, but it's very clear that their budget was fucking slashed. I never heard anyone actually say Halo was anything. No, Halo, so it's like this ring world thing. That is, it's basically, it's a big mechanical installation in the shape of like a huge ring, right? And on the inside of the ring is where all of like the like livable like area is. And what it is there's 7 of them scattered throughout the galaxy, and their sole purpose is to wipe out all life in the galaxy, to starve a parasitic organism called the Flood, which basically creates these fucked up space zombies. The Flood shows up at the end of season 2 as well, and I gotta say, I can't imagine being somebody who has never ever heard of any part of the Halo games, watching the Halo show because they're kind of interested in it, and getting to the end of season 2 and suddenly you're watching The fucking Last of Us. Oh man. There's some pretty good things in the series. They go all in on Halsey being an abject fucking monster in that series, which is fine. I'm okay with that. It's a little bit better than how Halsey was treated like earlier in like the supplementary material for the series, where it's rather than like, you know, just kind of like full-throated be like, hey, she experimented on children. They essentially go just like, well, yeah, she may have experimented on children, but it turns out it was exactly the thing we wanted, so it's fine. Got hit with the ad storm. Hopping out, but just gotta say, whoever wrote that shit, never cook again. I gotta rewatch that series. I really gotta rewatch that series sometime. I had like a whole pair of threads of it on it. Are the aliens hamster? Oh, listen, when I started watching the first season, I was just like, if there is an elite on screen within 5 minutes that I want to fuck, I'm out of here. And to their credit, they did put an elite on screen within 5 minutes of the start of the series, and whoo baby, what a looker. I watched a bunch of the behind the scenes stuff, and they said that they went out of their way to use Halo 2 specifically as their inspiration for the TV show designs of the aliens, which is the correct choice, to be clear. Like, using Halo 2 and 3 as that basis, no, you've made a good decision. I don't really like how elites look after maybe like Halo 5. They don't look great. IMHO. But the elite...
Sakuko's old shrine?
Yeah, girl.
I heard it used to do very well. But that people stopped visiting it after the fire.
Kind of hitting that same niche Turian's hit for me. I get it. Elites don't factor into the story quite as much in season 1. Like, they're there, and they're kind of around, but, like, again, the majority of the Covenant side of things is shown from McKee's perspective, and the main Covenant character, like the classic sort of Covenant character that McKee interacts with the most, is the Prophet of Mercy, who is a Sanshum. That is not a Sangheili. It's a different alien.
This is the divine tree. It's in bad shape now, but I bet it used to be pretty impressive at one point.
And the Sanshum suck ass. Hate those guys. Fuck them. Fuck 'em long necks. Exactly. But yeah, they don't go. It's so, and I know the reason that they do this is because Halo Infinite was like on the verge of coming out, so it was like a marketing thing. I know. Why did they have to center Atriox in any capacity? I have not, like, look. I haven't really interacted with Halo on a fandom level for a while, and it's probably going to be a bit before I do anything with Halo ever again due to, you know, boycott reasons. But did anyone ever actually care that much about Atriox? Like, ever? This is the point where I mentioned Goldie's working on a Halo TTRPG system. That does sound fun. I like the sound of that. Because in her words, fuck 343. Microsoft said the same thing. I forget what they rebranded 343 into or whatever. That new remaster of Halo 1 just seems like it's considerably worse than the last one we got, which is saying a lot because the last one was quite bad. if you're using the new graphics. Yeah, Kale, can you ask Goldie what her opinion of Atriox is if she has one? Because again, I reiterate, for whatever reason, so okay, you remember how I mentioned that there's this actually like really, really good battle scene in like episode 5 of the first season? One of the things that they decided to do with that battle scene was drop Atriox in there. Because again, Halo Infinite was either just out or it was coming out, and it was like a promotional thing. So, just like, we gotta get the villain of the new game in there. We have to establish his long-standing hatred of Master Chief, and I'm not even kidding. They wanted to show how he got his iconic lip scar. I cannot even begin to stress hard enough that this is a character who has been in one, maybe two. I didn't play Halo Wars 2, so I don't know. Answer's overall positive, but I really wish they were actually written well. I don't know if he was in Halo Wars 2. I never played Halo Wars 2. I only know that he was in Halo Infinite. Because, like, it's that was one of, like, the big things in Halo Infinite. It's like, you're up against Atriox. And it's just like... Did anyone actually care about Atriox that much? That they, like... If you're gonna put a major Covenant character in your Halo TV show, oh my god... Work one of the elites in there. Like, Christ all goddamn mighty. So my Halo knowledge waves the RVB Season 1 to 10 box set. This is interesting. I was thinking about Turians now zoning out to buggy monster things.
So it leads here.
Turian's very good.
Shoo! Partner! It's me!
Alright, we got our little pond full of White Claudia over here. Let's go ahead and pop into the shed. So when are we gonna get Big Booty saying Haley's? There are several artists on Blue Sky that you could go to. The fact that there's like a bunch of red capsules around here is very fun. Alright, let's go. I suspect that the reason that they added any kind of arbiter at all to the second season, and like I don't mind them playing fast and loose with Halo mythology, because ultimately it's a different adaptation of the story, and that's fine. They put fucking Spartan 3s in season 2 as well that aren't even really Spartan 3s. They're a lot more like Spartan 4s, but it's what fucking ever. I expect that the reason that they put an arbiter at all in season 2 of Halo is because with the slash budget, and the slash budget is obvious. there is not a single instance of, like, anything with, like, really heavy CG for the entire first half of the season. I don't even think you get a clear look at, like, a single Covenant alien until, like, the midway point when they do, like, the actual fall of Reach, right? Like, there's a couple scenes with elites really early on, including, like, but, like, they're always, like, in shadow, or they're, like, shrouded in mist. So I think they were just like, okay. Also, Cortana was a fully CG character in the first season, and in the second season, she's an actress with some special effects on her. So, like, pretty clear that their budget was, like, slashed to a ridiculous degree. Right? So I would imagine that even if they didn't want to use, like, an established arbiter, like, obviously Thelvatum doesn't become the arbiter until after the Alpha Halo is destroyed. And Ripamorami was, I think, halfway across the universe and fucking dead at this point. So they just invented a new arbiter out of whole cloth, threw him in there. He has a shirtless scene. It's good as hell, but I definitely think that they put an arbiter in there because they were seeing the writing on the wall, and they were just like, okay, we're probably not going to get a third season. We might as well throw an arbiter out there just so we can say that we got the arbiter in there. I think it would have been a lot cooler if, instead of just, like, creating a brand new arbiter out of whole cloth, that instead what they did was maybe just start establishing Thelvatum. Throw Ertos in there. Everybody love Halfjaw. Halfjaw is great. Like, if you're going to end your second season on Halo, it would actually be a really good idea to have Thel and Ertos in there. Anyway. I'm talking too much about Halo on a Silent Hill stream. I'm sorry. In my defense, this is all stuff that we have, like, already run through and speculated on. So I don't have a whole lot of new stuff to say about what's actually happening in the game at this point.
Thanks for everything. I'll do this without you. I'll be fine. On my own.
The degree to which, like, Halo is such, like, a core aspect of, like, my fucking high school experience, like, well into, like, college, is part of the reason that, like, the boycott is as disappointing as it is, and just, like, the way that Microsoft has, like, fallen off to a huge degree over the years is, like, it's so disappointing. It's so disappointing. Because it's just, I love talking about this shit, you know? Not gonna play the fucking games on stream. I'm not giving that kind of fucking exposure. Not now. I don't know. Makes me sad. But what can you do? You can enter Shu's house is what you can do.
Shoo.
Enter Shu's house about it, why don't you?
I guess I'll wait for the two of them inside the house.
Yes, that's exactly what's going to happen. Nothing else is going to happen when we go in there. I can't stream for too long tonight, unfortunately, because I had to take a shift tomorrow, so I'm going to be working.
Shoo, Wrinkle.
Sup, fuckers? Alright, it's me. How did you like Beyond Game? I genuinely loved Metroid Prime 4. I had some issues with it. One or two. None of them were the NPCs, surprisingly. Well, not surprisingly. I wasn't going into it expecting to hate the NPCs, if I'm being entirely honest. Hinako, take a nap. Hinako, take a nap challenge. I just ran into Sniper Dude McShooty. I like that guy. He's not my favorite of the NPC bunch. I like the girl who's down bad for Samus. She was in the trailers, I can say that. It's not a spoiler.
I know. But I'm not afraid.
The second I saw a clip of Nora, I knew you'd like her. She's a fun character! Run, hurry, there's no going back.
Okay. I may not see you here. But I feel that you are with me. I will do what I must to be the perfect person for you.
One of my main issues is kind of spoilery, so I'm not going to get into it, but one of them is that while I actually really like Viola and had a lot of fun, like, driving her around, the actual, like, level hub that is kind of like your primary area for driving her around is really kind of dull, unfortunately. Like, even when it starts getting, like, more populated by enemies, it really just kind of feels like a lot of, like, busy work. Also, come on, who isn't down bad for Samus? True! Whoa!
Die!
Can't remember. Has it continuing to explore this area ever, like, yielded anything interesting on previous playthroughs? I feel like we've found at least one neat thing each time, but I can't really recall offhand if it's been, like, entirely worth it. I think one of them you just ran straight through. I probably did. I'm wondering if I should just do that, because I don't think... I think I am just going to run straight through on this one. Oh, hello, sir. Alright, good night, Lila. Thanks for coming by. If you give up the brooch, I don't know if that carries across saves. Well, we're gonna find out. If it does, it's fine. I can do an off-stream run. It's not that big a deal.
You are breathtaking, Hinako.
Thank you. Thank you. Here's an ammo, but I don't know if you got it already. I might have. Who can say? I'm honestly not too worried about it.
Let us proceed.
Like, yeah, I am still working on trying to get all my upgrades, but like I'm like a step away from max at this point, so not that big a deal.
Behold, the others are celebrating us.
I wish you all the best in your new life.
Thanks, Junko. I think. Right, I should probably pick up my controller, huh?
Today is such a happy, perfect day. So happy. Rinko? Because today, Hinako will die and be gone for God! Rinko! I'll die. I'll be gone for good. Just like you want me to. I swear. So forget all about me. Just live and be happy! I will scour every last trace of your name from my memory and the world! I want you gone! My name is... Shimizu Hinako! You knew how I felt, but you kept deceiving me. I hate you with every fiber of my being. I never wanted this. I never wanted to see you like this, Rinko. I was such an idiot. You and me the whole time. I didn't fool you about anything.
Hold on.
I'm warning you. Try to stop.
Now remember, based on my theory that I posited last stream, hold on. This is basically Hinako and Rinko having like a blowout argument at her wedding that Hinako kicks her out over. Echoes of jealousy. Defeat Rinko without being hit by her puppets.
See you like this, Rinko. But I'm very happy that in the end, we finally got to tell each other how we truly feel.
It's weird because you definitely got hit by her puppets. I didn't, actually. I managed to avoid most of them. I don't think one of them actually hit me.
The name Shimizu Hinako means nothing to you. I hope you find peace, Rinko.
Oof, ouch, my head.
You are Hinako, of course!
Am I?
You are Hinako!
But most notably, not Shimizu Hinako.
I am Shimizu Hinako. Or not. I am Hinako.
Exactly. You are my Hinako.
I'm gonna take a nap real quick. Dun-dun. What? Moshi moshi, Shimizu Hinako desu.
Hinako?
Mom?
Please come home. Dinner's ready for you.
Hi, Junko.
Hinako, are you ready? Will you kill or will you be killed?
Junko?
Choose death, Hinako.
Why? Does everyone do this? Is everyone a killer? Did you kill too?
Of course. I killed everyone. Father, mother, even you, my precious little sister. I killed my friends as well. Every one of them.
I don't want to die.
You know how dreadful it sounds to hear you say that today. Don't you?
Of course.
I've already told you countless times. This will be the last time I repeat myself. You must decide your future. Today, however, such a decision will come at a great price. Though that cost is only if you survive. If you calmly accept your demise, you won't have to pay the price. Your sister only wants for you to be happy.
Junko!
I think I'm still unclear about what Junko is. She's married. Because that's not real Junko. Or is it?
It's like you said, Junko. I'm running out of time.
Okay, so we got a couple stops we gotta make.
Hang on, you two. I'm coming for you.
First off, I'm gonna need to, because I want to double check the requirements, but ideally what I would like to do, okay, here we go. Ideally what I would like to do, is before we end for today. Don't take rare capsules. Purified sacred sword, offer the brooch. Is I would like to get the sword and the brooch taken care of. She's part of the town protection, but also she doesn't say, I want you to be happy. It's your sister wants you to be happy. Who can say? Oh, fuck. Alright, time to book it. Ow. Ow. Oh joy, pregnancy monster again. What sort of pregnancy-related trauma could Hiyako possibly have? It is a mystery. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. But today is a gift, and that's why it's called the present. Is pregnancy a gift? Maybe. It depends on your point of view, I suppose. Like running to the baby from Resident Evil Village over and over again. I can't be passing judgment on pregnancy now. I'm gonna be an uncle. Fuck! Wait, aren't you using your cool sword, like, at all? Well, I might as well. It's not gonna be cursed for much longer, as it is. Oh, hold up. Ow! Motherfucker, stop. Gonna be slightly less cool. It's still gonna be a pretty sick-ass sword. It's just not gonna be full of demon.
This is the oldest Oinari-sama in town. Thank you so much for helping me. But I'm fine now. From now on, I can take a stand on my own.
This is actually kind of interesting because having the sword full of demon is important to getting the ending where she goes with Shu. And having the brooch with us. And if we don't have the Sword Full of Demon, but have the brooch, then that's important for getting the ending where we ultimately choose Kotoyuki. So if we have neither one, then that could mean that, like, we're talking about a decision that is entirely Hinako's. And no one else's.
Is it dead?
It is kind of a ways until we actually get to that point, though, isn't it? We might need to call it a little bit earlier, honestly. Just because it is getting late, I am going to need to work tomorrow. We've been running for a while. The sword is full of demon, yes, but important. It's also full of, and symbolic of, lingering resentment at the situation you wound up in, the people who put you in that situation. True. Bruce leaves you as marked for the marriage, and that's why you go with the marriage. Yeah, exactly. Purifying the sword is letting go of your resentment.
Even the town? I need to hurry home.
Yag. So let's go ahead and find our next save point, and we'll call it a night. We may actually return to the... I've been thinking about, like, my plans to take next week off. And it might not be, like, a full break. I may just take, like, the first half or so of the week off. Might still do Silent Hill F. Probably still going to do 14 just because, like, the Christmas event's going to be going on. Funny because the brooch never comes up except at the weddings. There's no gameplay here, so it's something that you just forget that you're marked.
This place is still untouched? Blood! He's bleeding! Somebody! Help! I'll go get a grown-up!
Calm down. It's just scared. That's all. It's okay. No need to be afraid. You alright? That's a lot of blood. Gotta get you fixed up.
Thanks.
Are you alright? How dare it bite kids? Beat that thing to death!
Fucked up.
Kotoyuki. What's your name?
I'm Hinako. Shimizu Hinako.
I didn't even remember that.
Okay, so Oh! I'm in trouble. Yep!
My town.
Ah, here we go.
It's nothing but a hive of monsters now.
It always was. All right. So that's going to be it for today. I want to thank everybody for coming by the stream. I hope you all had a good time. I know I did. If you enjoyed the stream, you can subscribe here on Twitch. We have special emotes for subscribers. You can also follow me on Blue Sky and Tumblr at AcidXShark. That's AcidXSHRK, where I post all the streams as they happen. Or you can follow me on YouTube at AcidXShark, where I post all the streams after they happen. Art for the stream was done by Audrey and B of Team Capel. You can find on Blue Sky, Twitch, Tumblr, VGen, and YouTube at Team Capel. That's TEAMCATPLE. They do great work. Highly recommend checking their stuff out. They've been posting new art, including Sexy Gambit. Once they start taking commissions again, use the VGen. Don't Don't email him. Don't do that. VTuber was done by Teva, who you can find on Blue Sky at Teva Meow. That's Tevameow, with rigging by V747, who you can find on Patreon. Upcoming streams tomorrow. Final Fantasy 14. We're going to be continuing Shadowbringers. Patch quests. MSQ. So I hope you'll tune in for that. And then next week, again, I'm not 100% certain exactly which days next week we are going to be streaming on. I'm definitely taking, definitely 100% taking Tuesday off. Thursday is a maybe, but if I do decide to stream next week, then we'll definitely be continuing Silent Hill F, probably finishing Silent Hill F in all likelihood, and then doing Final Fantasy 14 again on Saturday. Let me see. We're going to go ahead and raid Machine 17, who's playing some Dissidia. And I will see you next time on the Shark Stream. Same Shark time, same Shark channel. Take care, everybody.